Hello everybody and welcome to the Just Play Stellaris with the Utopia expansion. We are on version 1.5 Banks patch. Stellaris Utopia will be out soon, but Paradox was kind enough to provide me with an early access copy. And I must say, I was really excited for this patch. I've seen multiple people on the Reddit say like, I don't know how to play this game anymore because the patch looks so amazing with the expansion that I kind of feel sad when I play in the current version. But yeah, let's create a new empire because there are a lot of cool things that we can do there. And let's see, we'll start with our appearance. And let's start pretty much skip a little bit down the line and go through governments and ethics, because there are a couple of things like this changed quite a bit, but there are a couple of things we can do. One of them is play a hive mind playthrough, which changes a lot of things for us, and I like it. Hive mind it's pretty cool, but I'm not sure. Maybe we'll save that for something else, maybe a stream or something like that, because there is something I like going materialist. Materialistics is really cool. So we don't become a hive mind, so we become fanatic materialists. We go for research and robots, and because there are now a thing called accession perks, and these are quite cool, but I think that we're going to unlock our inner psionics, maybe. It's difficult. So many choices. I think we're gonna go with materialist, and the inner psionics we will leave for a later date. And what else do we want to be? Do we become egalitarian? Xenophobe? We can purge and enslave? Or do we become militarists for more bombardment? We can't become spiritualist because it's opposite of materialist. Authoritarian, xenophile, or pacifist. I think I like pacifism as well. We're gonna be a research-focused, pacifistic, people lover thing. All right, now let's go for our appearances. So we like machines. We like robots. We like to shed our physical skin and want to go synthetical. Ooh, I like this guy. Hello. Maybe we just play as these geckos, who are not happy to be geckos and want to be true machines. Yeah, let's play the geckos. Our species name is going to be Seklokar. I can pronounce that. Let's go be Seklokarian. And we want the name list of reptilian. Let's go with reptilian 1. And we can pick some traits. So we are machinist guys. So what kind of positive traits do we want to have? Intelligent? Or maybe natural engineers? I think that would fit. But also industrious. I think we want to be industrious. We need a negative one. I don't want to be no adaptive. Slow breeders maybe. I don't like slow learners. Definitely not weak. We are kind of sedentary. We like where we are. And probably need one more negative perk, and then we get a +2 positive one, I think, or 2 + 1 positive ones. So we can become intelligent, for example, but I think we're gonna go be natural engineers, and another +1 thing. We can be extra happy. Yeah, I think maybe extra happy is nice, or yeah, let's be extra happy. Industrious, sedentary, wasteful, natural engineers. I mean, it fits, but we are very industrious, but we also produce a lot of waste. I like it. Our ruler is gonna be Torbar. What kind of gecko do we want to be? Let's be a red gecko. Is there a blue one? No, there's no blue. Fine, it will just be green. Nice. Gecko room. Let's start on an... I like for some reason the dry. I mean, it doesn't really make much difference, but for some reason I always like the dry planets. Maybe because they look so cool. Let's start in an arid world. Looks like a good place for a gecko. Which we call Syrah. I'm gonna pick the reptilian city, which I like a lot. And we did the ethics. Now we have to choose our authority and our civics. So our authority is pretty much when do you hold elections. And you can see it matters a little bit for these things as well. So for example, if we are imperial, we can have the philosopher king, which ruler skills increase by 2 levels. But if we're an oligarchy, we can have a meritocracy system, which the leader skills, all leader skills will be +1, and the leader pool size will be 1. So I think we're gonna be oligarchic, and I think we're gonna be a technocracy, because we like technology and stuff like that. Now there is a lot in here that I like. Police state is not that interesting, but I mean, unrest is something we're gonna get to eventually, so. I like agrarian ideal, because unity is pretty cool mechanic that it got introduced. Efficient bureaucracy for more core systems. I mean, I really like mechanists as well. We start with 4 robots. Or syncretic. No. And these are all things we can't get anyway. I think we're gonna go with Argarian Ideal, and we're gonna build the robots ourselves. United Sec-Lokar Community. Sec-Lokar Interplanetary Confederation. I like that. And we want a nice scientific flag design. Something like this. Blue with green. Or maybe other way around. Green, blue. Yeah, this is fine. And I think energy weapons are good scientific... I mean, lasers, man. Everybody likes lasers. And we're gonna do hyperspace travel. And the reason why is we're gonna make everybody do hyperspace travel. I like that kind of setting a lot. And that's it. That's our geckos. Save it. And done. So all allowed FTL methods are going to be hyperdrive only. And the rest I think is pretty standard. So let's play. I missed there's a reset button in that screen, because I think I put everything on the normal levels, but I'm not entirely sure. So let's hope. Alright, we're the geckos, and we can get some technology. What do we want? We have 2 who gain extra experience. Our science has anomaly, research speed, and fail risk. That's good. And I like the fact that we have 4 options. Alright, so for this it's quite easy for me. We're gonna go with powered exoskeletons, also because it's going towards the robotic path. Over here, now there is an important change, at least I think it's a recent change. We have the skill for building colony ships immediately. We don't have to research that, which is awesome. I love it. The heritage side is a thing that produces Unity. Unity is a new mechanic. Unity we gain +5 and we need 72 for new tradition. What it does, we can adopt one of these traditions, which have 5 things in their own path. We get an opener bonus, for example, new colonies start with an additional pop, and a finisher if we get all 5 of them. Adopting all expansion tradition increases our quest system by 2. And we unlocked an ascension perk. And these are the ascension perks, and they are quite diverse. And they give us amazing bonuses. For example, like in the beginning, we can only get a couple. But we can become Technological Ascendancy, plus 10% research speed, or Interstellar Dominion, plus 25 border range. One Vision, less defiance of your ethics, or just plus 5 extra core systems. But it also allows you to do more genetic engineering, or the flesh is weak, less robot maintenance, and we prepare a special product to enhance our citizens with cybernetic implants. So that's pretty much the thing where we're going for. I like that, becoming synthetics ourselves. But I think right now we need planetary unification, more influence, and it unlocks us of going to higher level capital buildings. I think that's the best for us. And over here, even though he is a guy who is good at gravitic sensors, I think we're gonna go with deflector shields. Let's take a look at where we are in the galaxy. We have a nice cutoff path over here maybe, so why don't we go and scout around a little bit with our military ships in that direction. Here's a blocked off path. I mean, it would be great if nobody is in there, right? I think we are going to find out if that is true. And our science ship is gonna survey our home system. And our construction ship, we're gonna wait a little bit. So we are going to take a look at our home planet. This is our home planet, and you see our planetary administration building produces 1 unity, and we had the bonus that our farms also produce a unity. And farms now produce food on a global scale. And the surplus will be stockpiled according to our policy, which is currently we're gonna stockpile up to 200 food. If it is full, initial contributes to pop growth if it is full. So once the stockpile is full, it will help us grow our population a bit as well. And by building farms, we can get more food. So there's still like a local food, but that doesn't really matter because in the end, it's all about our global food situation. I don't think we want to go build anything on the planet surface yet. So let's increase the speed and let's get this party started. With our ships leaving and our construction ship, just be ready to see if he finds anything. I think our priority is of course going to be minerals first. And after that, maybe some energy, but we want minerals first. That's gonna be our limiting factor in the beginning. Speed up to the fastest. And we need to think what kind of first edition we're gonna want to put with our unity. So we have expansion, domination, prosperity, harmony, supremacy, diplomacy, and discovery. Well, discovery is a science-based one. An expansion is an expansion-based one, pretty much. And prosperity, like these are the 3 that I'm thinking of most. So expansion, our colonies will start with an additional pop with the opener. Oh, and I want to build a mining station there. Well, it also reduces the cost for new traditions by for the number of colonies. So
situation log updated.
We found some aliens. It doesn't take long for the Secular Interplanetary Confederation to come across intelligent alien life. The fleet reports to the Secularian capital somewhere in the States just how these aliens appear. So where do we... Oh, there is an actual empire blocking this part off. Well, that's sad. Okay. And we have encountered some aliens called the Alpha aliens. That's good. So they're right in the center of here, blocking off this part and this part. But maybe they're friendly. We can have some open borders with them. But we're taking a look at this. While this does anomaly fail risk and chance of discovery, we get research point equal to a third of our monthly gain when surveying planets. It's not bad. Scientist recruitment, leadership level, assist research, increases happiness, and we get plus 10 research speed when we're done with
Construction complete.
the whole place. I think I like expansion in the beginning a bit more. So that means we could save up our minerals for getting a colony ship as well. We've detected some kind of utterly massive space installation drifting quietly at the edge of the Rana system. Although preliminary scans show it to be very old, the structure has an intense power signature. Several smaller structures can be seen floating near the main installation, and all of them appear to be heavily armed. If we are to learn the true nation of this ancient relic, we will likely have to overpower its defense through force of arms. Well, that sucks. I want to be with peaceful stuff. Yeah, that's a big installation, so let's not deal with that.
Situation log updated.
So new aliens. Didn't see what they were. And we can do a new tradition. So we didn't look at prosperity yet. Mining station build cost reduced by 33%. That's really nice. And the finisher is terraforming cost reduction. And it gives us unlocks private colony ship, which is a colony ship which we buy with energy credits instead of minerals, and it's quite a bit cheaper. But there's also a large chance of also having different ethics than your current empire. Energy grid and energy nexus produce 2 unity, which is nice. Building upkeep reduced, ship upkeep reduced, ship cost and building cost reduced. It's nice. But I don't think we want to go for that now. And we can go for harmony. Happiness of everybody increases, which is always good. Leader lifespan. Negative impact on governing ethics attraction by distance from capital. Unrest reduction. Paradise dome. And ship build speed is increased when in the defensive war. And fire rate is increased when we're fighting in our borders. And we will get consumer cost reduction. It's not that amazing. I think we're gonna go with expansion first. We're gonna expand our empire rapidly in the beginning and then focus on
System survey
some more
complete.
inner things. So we surveyed this system and there's... Oh, no, I don't want a construction ship. No, I do want you. You want to survey there. The construction ship stays in our home system. And we need to find out, because every empire starts with 2 colonizable planets around that. This is one, and so somewhere in this close vicinity is another one, and we need to find that one. Because we would like to know where we can colonize, because in 10 months from now we can start building a colony ship. Now we are quite wasteful, so it's not that amazing, but they're Irenic bureaucrats and they're Federation builders, and I'm delighted to offer you cordial greetings from the Taksunger Irenic Corporative. We have built a peaceful system of government that operates under supervision of a council led by Coordinator Ibna. May your great species know nothing but peace. Peace be with you! So I think we're lucky and these guys can be our friends. Let's make a non-aggression pact, because we want to be friends, and let's offer a trade deal. I'd like to propose a research agreement. I mean, we don't get much out of it, but it's something. And we can give you a little bit of energy credits for that. And they have accepted, and they have accepted. I think, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty good. We can form friends with them. That's nice. I'm happy that they are not a fanatical purgers or something like that, because that would be bad for us. Having some friends in the galaxy.
Situation log updated.
Encountered more aliens. Delta aliens. We have some of these. They can be quite annoying. Oh. Our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Sierra were not motivated solely by curiosity or desire to conquer the unknown or need to leave a mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Sierra has gonna undergo rapid changes in the past few centuries. A prominent scientist warned that Sierra may be faced within the beginnings of a mass extinction event. The cyclical purging of life that is inseparable from planetary existence in the greater cosmos. A research plan has been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope that by reconstructing these events, a similar fate may be avoided for Sierra and the Seklokar race. It falls to you, Director General of the Seklokar Interplanetary Confederation, to ensure that this expedition is carried out.
Situation log updated.
So we need to study a couple of planets. Let's track them on the map so we can see where it is. And I think that is a pretty important thing to do with. So some planets over here. Some planets are far away. I need to make sure that it's a safe space for our science ship to go there actually. And we can start with these. First I want to see if there's something over here. Because we have open borders through the Empire, they're going to be our friends. So if there is indeed something over there, we can go there without a problem. This is actually not that bad of a planet. System. It's an okay planet to settle upon. I like it. Can place a nice amount of farms here as well. Yeah, I would not mind settling that. And let's send our science ship over there to deal with these extinction event planet things.
Situation log updated.
More aliens have been founded. What do we have here? I don't know. But there is something here, as in a space station, with only one power though, so it's a bit of an weird thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a military, or an, how do you call it? A frontier outpost. Maybe. I don't know. We could, of course, investigate them, but that takes so much time. Oh well, why not? Let's investigate all the aliens. It will slow down our society research a bit, but it's gonna be okay. Okay, so nobody else lives in this region. Gonna make your way here. The planet in the system still wears the fossil traces of a past ecology on its sleeves. What could turn thriving biosphere in a blasted wasteland? A special project has been issued to trace the source of this disastrous information.
Situation log updated.
Well, we need a better scientist than what we have now. But you're almost at level 2, so just survey a little bit of the planets here and you should level up. And he became stubborn. That's sad. But you can now at least do the research project. We have enough for our colony ship for a couple of months already. Should have bought that earlier. We can get a new tradition. And I'm gonna make our capital buildings produce one additional unity, which our current capital building also does, so that's nice. Which will also help a little bit, but if we found a new colony, our tradition cost will go up. but
Special project
since it's
complete.
also now providing with one extra unity, it helps a little bit to counter that. Life on the now barren planet was sadly doomed from the start, as if by some cruel stellar conspiracy. The dominant species on the planet barely had time to awaken to sapience and invent agriculture before, through unfortunate geological mechanisms, the Earth started turning sour. Samples from lower soil strata and the fossilized remains of the creatures that once roamed the planet show that several vital minerals needed to rejuvenate the soil ended up, through their largely agricultural diet, in the endoskeletons of the native beings. Their bones were prone to fossilize rather than decay, and the very existence is exhausted a fragile ecosystem they inhabited, leaving it permanently transformed into the wake of their passing. That's so sad. So because their bodies just didn't decay but instead fossilized, they end up not surviving. Oh, poor them. Let's jump to this system, see what we can get out of there for project, because I assume there will be another project. One of the planets orbiting the star bears the still open wounds of some past calamity. Its surface is a rolling sea of health minerals boiling into a superheated atmosphere, but Cyclocorian astronomers claim that it may one have supported life.
Situation log updated.
So let's send our science ship actually to the research project in this system.
Special project complete.
The special project completed is, of course, finding out what they are. The space-born life forms, which the Cyclocorian head of society Reese's has to come to refer to as Tiyanki, are docile creatures capable of researching some low dimensions of subspace. They roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It is highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutritions has just to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack. Even when provoked, they can safely be ignored. We gain attack option, frequency tuning, and some progress towards that as well. Good enough. Now we're going to research the Delta aliens, I think. And we have got our first faction. A new faction has recently gained traction in the internal political landscape of Cyclocorian Interplanetary Confederation. It's such a mouthful. Led by scientist Torbar Gandhar, they call themselves the Institute of Technological Progress. Their members have been pushing hard for the advancement of sciences. A disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble, but those that approve the government actions could be useful. So we have a faction here, and it's changed a little bit. As in, if you are fulfilling their issues, they become happier, which is pretty much the true way of gaining happiness for your pups right now, I think. And if their attraction becomes larger, then more people will become materialists. But if they're happy above, I think, 60%, they will also start giving you some influence. Even if they're unhappy, it will cost you influence. So their issues right now are bleeding edge. They want to be staying ahead of the curve and not allow any fellow empires to be more than equivalent in tech will please the Institute of Technological Progress. And they want science without borders, which means signing research treaties with at least 3 other empires will please the Institute of Technological Progress. So I hope we don't encounter any advanced empires, because they most likely will be technologically superior to us, which would be sad. Because that would make them sad, but that would make me sad as well. So we're gonna wait until this is over.
Complete.
The unfortunate fate of the planet can be laid squarely at the feet of cosmic whims. Some gravitational disturbance, after eyeing the system's sun with some suspicion, our scientists named a transient space-time anomaly as the likely culprit, forced the planet from its natural orbit to one much too close to the sun. Although the planet is slowly spiraling out towards its original orbit, it has been cooking in the residual heat from the star ever since. It doesn't sound fun either. I want to go after our military ships there, but that's gonna be the end for this episode. Next episode, hopefully we'll be able to find out what happened to these planets as well, so we can prevent it from happening to our planet. But that's all gonna be in the next episode. Until then, thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.